Did you know you're literally outnumbered? I mean, the microbes in and on your body outnumber your own cells. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive deep into that invisible world. This is your roadmap to course BSB1173 Microbiology. So, what's this course all about, really? Well, we're about to map out your entire journey. Think of this as your personal guide. We'll cover all the incredible stuff you're going to learn, and just as important, exactly how you'll be assessed. It's everything you need to know to get started on the right foot. Okay, let's get into it. All right, before we jump into the nitty-gritty, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What's the core mission of this course? What are we really trying to achieve here? Okay, so think of this course as your passport to the entire microbial universe. We'll start with the basics, what these organisms are, how we even begin to classify them. But then we get into the really cool dynamic stuff. How they grow, what they eat, and maybe most importantly, how we can actually control them. And that last part, that has huge implications for, well, everything, from creating new antibiotics all the way to making sure our food is safe. Now, this course isn't just about cramming your head with facts. Nope, it's all about building real, practical skills. So let's take a look at exactly what you'll be able to do by the time you're done with this. So by the time you finish this journey, you're literally going to see the microbial world through the eyes of a scientist. You'll go from describing their basic structures to explaining their entire life cycles and telling the difference between all the various types. And check out that last step. It's crucial. You won't just know this stuff, you'll be able to present it clearly. And trust me, that is an absolutely vital skill in any scientific field. Okay, so we know where we're going. That's the destination. Now, let's pull out the map and see how we're going to get there. Here's a look at how the entire semester breaks down, week by week. As you can see, the whole semester is broken down into 3 main modules, super organized. First, you'll build that strong foundation. Then, you'll explore how microbes actually live and eat. And we finish up by diving into the absolutely incredible diversity of microbial life. And see that break right in the middle? That's perfectly placed to give you a chance to recharge before we hit that final push. All right, Module 1. These first 3 weeks are all about laying a solid groundwork. We'll talk about the pioneers of the field, legends like Pasteur and Koch, and you'll learn the fundamental differences between cell types. We'll also get hands-on with some really practical tools like gram standing, which, by the way, is a cornerstone technique still used every single day in clinical labs to identify bacteria. Okay, Module 2. This is where things really start to heat up. We'll start asking the big questions. How do these microbes multiply so ridiculously fast? How do we actually control their growth in a lab setting? And this is a big one, how do they interact with us? This is where we connect the dots between that microscopic world and our very own immune system. And then we have the grand finale, Module 3. Think of this as a spectacular tour of the microbial zoo. We're going way beyond just bacteria here. You'll explore the totally unique worlds of archaea, fungi, viruses, you name it. This is where you'll get a true appreciation for just how vast and complex life is on a microscopic scale. It's pretty mind-blowing. Right, so an important part of any journey is having checkpoints along the way, right? To see how you're doing. So let's break down exactly how your learning is going to be assessed this semester. And here it is, the full assessment plan. The big takeaway here, everything is spread out to help you learn, not to trick you. You've got small quizzes to keep you on track, a couple of assignments that let you dig a little deeper, and tests that happen right after each major module. It's all designed so you can build your knowledge step by step, with absolutely no last-minute surprises. Okay, so that's the list of assessments, but what does it look like when you put it all together? Let's visualize this grade breakdown because it really shows you the most important thing you need to know to do well in this course. And here we go. This chart perfectly illustrates the balance. Yeah, the final exam is the biggest single piece of the pie at 40%, and that makes sense because it covers everything. But look at the rest of it. A massive 60% of your grade comes from the consistent work you do all semester long. The tests, the assignments, the quizzes. What does that tell you? Strong, steady effort is absolutely the key to success here. So there you have it. That's your roadmap to the unseen world. You know the mission, you know the skills you're going to build, and you know exactly what the road ahead looks like. The only real question left is, what's the most surprising thing you're going to discover about this invisible world that's all around us? and even inside us every single day.